Ever found yourself a little short on cash before payday? We've all been there, right? That awkward moment when an unexpected bill pops up, where you really need groceries, but your paycheck is still days away. It's a frustrating situation, and that's why services like Beforepay have become so popular. They offer the promise of accessing a portion of your salary early, giving you a financial buffer when you need it most. But the big question is everyone approved for Beforepay? Is it really that simple? Beforepay, like other similar pay-on-demand services, works by giving you access to a percentage of your earned, but not yet paid, salary. They typically use sophisticated algorithms to assess your eligibility, looking at things like your income, employment history, and spending habits. It sounds straightforward enough, but the approval process isn't always a guaranteed thing. And that's what we're diving into today. One of the most common misconceptions about Beforepay is that approval is automatic. It's easy to assume that because it's advertised as quick and easy, that everyone gets the green light. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Beforepay, like any financial service that lends money, has a responsibility to assess risk. They need to be reasonably confident that you'll be able to repay the advance without falling into financial hardship. This means they have specific eligibility criteria. So, who might get approved? Generally, Beforepay looks for individuals with a stable income stream. This usually means regular employment with consistent paychecks. They also tend to favor those with a history of responsible financial behavior. This could include things like having a good credit score, although Beforepay's eligibility criteria aren't solely based on credit scores. They're more interested in your current financial situation and your ability to repay the advance. Now, let's talk about who might not get approved. If you're self-employed or have an irregular income, you might find it more difficult to get approved. This is because it can be harder for Beforepay to predict your future income and therefore your ability to repay. Similarly, if you have a history of missed payments or defaults on loans, this could also impact your eligibility. Beforepay is essentially lending you money, so they need to minimize their risk. Another factor that can affect approval is the amount you're requesting. Beforepay typically has limits on how much you can borrow, and these limits can vary depending on your individual circumstances. If you're requesting a large sum that's significantly higher than your usual paycheck, you might be declined, even if you otherwise meet the eligibility criteria. It's important to remember that Beforepay's approval process is automated. This means that decisions are often made quickly, but it also means that there's less room for individual explanations or appeals. If you're declined, you might not always receive a detailed explanation as to why. This can be frustrating, but it's often the nature of automated lending decisions. Beforepay isn't a magic solution to all your financial woes. It's a tool that can be helpful in certain situations, but it's crucial to understand the terms and conditions, including any fees involved. It's also essential to borrow responsibly and only what you can comfortably repay. Don't rely on Beforepay as a long-term financial strategy. It's designed to be a short-term solution for occasional cash flow issues. So, is everyone approved for Beforepay? The short answer is no. While it's designed to be accessible, there are eligibility criteria that must be met. Beforepay is a financial service, and they need to assess the risk associated with lending money. If you're considering using Beforepay, it's a good idea to visit their website and carefully review the eligibility requirements before applying. Understanding the process will help you manage your expectations and avoid any potential disappointment. With said, thanks for watching, and until next time.